All right, go ahead. Tell us about this.
Okay, this is a Turkish old woman. So actually, she's my grandnanny, grandmother. She's 73 years old, and she is living lonely. And she's her prakriti actually Pitta high and Kapha secondary and Vata tertiary. But right now, her Vikriti is totally upside down, and Kapha is enormously high, and she has got many Kapha problems. Kapha and Pitta is secondary, and Vata is very low, and she has got many problems about I seen related with kapha, like lethargy, sleep problems, body pain, too much pain in all over the body, and hearing loss problem, sight vision problem, and frequent urination and edema, great edema in legs and knees and feet. And she has got many regularly getting supplements, vitamins, and medications under the control of many doctors actually, but none of them not much helpful for her. She's got aspirin, anticholinergics, antihistamines, and medications for dizziness and vertigo and glaucoma, hypertension, and laxatives, too much laxatives. She uses regularly, day by day, and many painkillers for her problems with body pain. And she has got actually great appetite and eat whole day. She's got no big meal. Every meal is great big meal, and eat hungry and many times eat without any reason. If she's sitting on the TV and wants to eat something, then she doesn't care about she is hungry or not. And breakfast nearly at noontime, and until noon, generally she sleeps very deeply. And hold on a second. Yes, her lunch around 2 or 4 p.m. afternoon, and like green lentil soup, macaroni, milky pudding with rice and chocolates with milk, and many kind of sweet and dishes with milk or yogurt. She's very using too much. And dinner around 7 and 8 p.m. and ordinarily chicken or meatball and bulgur and tomato soup with yogurt. It's a traditional Turkish soup actually, tomato soup with yogurt. It's too many white bread and milk pudding and tahini desserts. It's a general kind of dinner meals. Additionally, sometimes some fruits, fresh fruits and nuts and some junk foods also. She regularly has a habit to eat. Taste preferences, craves and sweet, sour and oily, and doesn't like to eat bitter, astringent and pungent and spicy. She doesn't like these kind of tastes. And her energy level was really quite low, and hardly waking up and barely walk because of many edemas and some pains in legs and some parts of her body, and dizziness, headache, earache, and many difficulties for housework, and sometimes hiring an assistants to cleaning her house. And beverages, drinks whenever possible, 3 or 4 cups of black tea is another Turkish traditional beverage. All people nearly love to drink black tea. In a day, it's nearly 10 cups of tea. Another, 1 liter of water, and no alcohol or any other beverages or fruit juice she doesn't like. Digestion is rarely, I can say digestion is getting problematical day by day, is not good enough. And bowel movements, 1 or 2 bowel movements in a day with the help of laxatives. So she doesn't remember what would be without laxative. And she has got weak and oily and short hair and short and fat body and edema everywhere and no pain tolerance. So she's only living with many painkillers, sleep nearly 10 hours in a day, sometimes waking up afternoon, and frequently in depression mode and very low mood, and cry easily and without any reason, and unable to spend money for anything. She's got a very interesting relation with money, and I evaluate her with very kapha disorders and many kapha imbalancing and pitta imbalancing situations she has. So because of irregular eating habits and many junk food and high carbohydrates and on her diet, she's so strongly ama condition, and not for body and also in mind level. And she's actually a pitta person in prakriti, but now mind agni predominance in her vikruti. So whenever she eats sweet foods or any kind of food, she feels herself very heavy and doesn't want to move from anywhere, and accumulating too much fat and edema. Her body is accumulating too much fat and edema. Her alachaka pitta with sight problems and sleshaka kapha with oily joint problems, and badly affected pachaka pitta and samana vayu and apana vayu also. I deferred that. Besides ranjaka pitta problems with liver, seems not working properly, especially after many kinds of chemical medications, accumulated too much toxins and heaviness. She strongly needs an ama cleansing protocol, maybe a detoxifying diet and kapha pacifying diet. And also she needs exercise, some maybe light exercise for her old age, and pranayama also needs too much because low prana level and headache problems. And I thought it's better to take for her to triphala and herbal teas and adding spices, especially turmeric and cumin, and bitter and astringent and pungent rasa, and low carb diet with vegetable, more vegetable, steamed vegetable, and organic and fresh and local fruits and plant-based proteins, much more better for her, and really need to lessen her meat consumption and dairy consumption for a while. Actually, I have a little problem with her because she's my close relative and has been already recommended many of these protocols, and even then last week I have recommended many of those, but she has refused it as regular Ayurvedic recommendations, finding many kind of excuses, and I really don't know what will happen for her. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Sean, that is very well done. I absolutely agree with all the recommendations that you've done. And I do have some comments, but I'm going to leave my comments at the end. And I'm going to have, I think, starting with Andrea. Andrea, do you have any questions or do you have any comments? If you do, just either you can unmute yourself and talk or you can put it in the chat, either.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. The main comment I have is that I can certainly relate. My grandmother as well. It's hard to get her to follow some advice, and I think that that's definitely something we'll have to consider as counselors, that our clients have to be willing to make the changes and take the advice. Otherwise, at some point we can only do so much if they aren't willing to help. But thank you very much for sharing that.
Your call, that was a pleasure for me.
Okay. Danica, Kavita, any comments? Questions?
Just thinking, because it seems like she might need some sort of outside stimulus of some kind. She might be bored. In other words, watching TV a lot, and
she's depressed. Yeah, she's unhappy. So one thing, I'm so happy, Andrea and Danica, you bring this point up. She's 73 years old. When the older a person gets, the more stubborn they are. And then she's on all these medications. She's unhappy. She's in pain. And then she's in a cycle of eating these things, and she's in a cycle of she's trying to basically go through each day and survive. So I think she's in a survival mode, Sean. So
yes, that's pretty right, Manjula, because she's trying to happy herself with only help of food, especially with sweet kind of food.
So I would just forget all of that stuff. You actually, with old people, with elderly, she actually needs to, go to church, go to mosque, have a community. You need to work on her mind and motivating her. And I don't even know if it's possible for you to visit her sometimes and make some food. And she needs to feel love. Yes, Stephanie, absolutely right.
Monica, will the Abhyanga, not typical Abhyanga, like massage, maybe she can take her to like oil massage places and her body pain, will that help?
Yeah, I agree. No, that would
be great, actually, Abhyanga, and I also tried many times, but it's interesting on pitta level, because whenever put some good and oils and little slightly effective her skin, but she doesn't like to be touched too, and her skin is affected badly, and so reddish skin and itchiness and many kind of things that she doesn't like, actually. And that's why maybe her mood, she started to refuse any kind of Abhyanga or any.
The pain is one of the main things. She's an anticoagulant. She is has glaucoma. She's hypertension, and then she's eating all the diet that's actually going to aggravate these. So she's eating everything that's going to make everything worse. I'm going to stop this.
Reach towards something that makes her feel good. And the challenge is going to be, how do you replace that with something else? And I don't know if she likes pets, or she can, or if she can.
Oh, she hates pets. Many times I tried it, pets and some plants. Even plants she hates.
Yeah, it sounds this is a mind thing. But if you think about it, Krista, white bread is sweet taste, and Madhura taste actually kind of releases endorphins. That's why we love sweets, right? Yes, it actually, sugar sometimes engages the same part of brain that, what is that drug? Coke does.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yeah, so that's why we reach for... I don't know. Is she religious? Does she have a community of friends?
I wish she is, but she's not, actually. And little bit faith in Muslim kind of believe, but she actually refused to go to some mosque or any kind of
I know, and
community.
mosques have community things that they do for elderly people, just like churches, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
She doesn't like much.
yeah, she's really basically she's I would say she's depressed. You know, this is very interesting that you shared this. I want to share a case study that we did for this was for a practitioner program, not even for a counselor, so it's a way a little ahead of you. But the only reason I want to share it is for this person was actually listening to us and was motivated to make changes. And also in the West, you know, people are more independent in one sense. So is it okay if I share that? Maybe it'll bring things in perspective.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
All right, let me share this. Hang on a second. All right, tell me.
Okay, so this person is a male. He is in Pitta age, 44, and his Prakriti is he's a Kapha predominant person. Now the Vikriti has changed, like V2, P3, K2, which is Vata has increased, Pitta has increased, but Kapha decreased, but still Kapha is predominant. I don't know how to put that in, so that's why I put it like the numbers also. If it's a V5, P9, K10, still Kapha predominant, but the Pitta has increased from Prakriti. Is it okay, Manika ji?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, and he has he's very hardworking person, very workaholic, and he checked his blood pressure like 4 years ago, and then he got diagnosed with hypertension, and the doctor suggested him some tablets, but he's not taking it, it seems. He took it for some period, and then he is into meditation and the yoga and kaya kalpa and everything. So he is now following those things, so he doesn't want to take any medication now. And so he stopped, but he says that he doesn't get any symptoms about the blood pressure, but sometimes when he is his work is a bit of hard, like he needs to be politically well played in the work environment, and then very intense thinking is going on. So whenever he gets upset about work, he feels like head is spinning and those kind of symptoms. But other than that, he is fine. He doesn't have any symptoms of blood pressure. Only when he is really stressed out, he sees something. And so that's that. And then he's also he's reading recently. He took, it seems 4 or 5 months ago, he went to a doctor's appointment, and then the blood pressure reading shows like this: 131/89, and the cholesterol level is 202, which is I think the standard range is less than 200 is a normal range, but a little bit higher. And the triglyceride is 194, which is also, it should be, I checked, the normal range is it should be less than 150, but it's 194. So the two things that he wants to focus in our encounters is that the hypertension and the blood pressure and the cholesterol. If possible, we can help him with that. That's what his motivation. And also he takes, he smokes at least a packet per day, or 2 days for a packet. And then he drinks sometimes. He doesn't take alcohol, but he takes wines. I don't know whether that considers alcohol. He takes white wines. And then, but other than that, there is no other habits. But but his eating habits is like he's very healthy in the sense he doesn't want to eat something bother him later on, so he'll just stop eating, and then he doesn't eat too much. He drinks kind of porridge, like the millet porridge, or some rice porridge, those kind of healthy stuff in the morning, and then afternoon is like
sorry here, Kavita ji.
Yeah.
So did you do the blood pressure? Did you have the cuff on you? Did you check the blood pressure when you did the 136/89 is the day that you did the consultation?
He went to the doctor.
Oh, I see. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And the cholesterol and triglycerides were given by the doctor. Did the doctor suggest? Did he get his mole checked, because you know if there's a growing a mole or anything, it could be cancer. So he has to get that checked.
Okay. Actually, we showed the doctor, but
it was fine. Yeah, as long as they, yeah. I think, I'm not sure. Did we cover the ABCD? It should, if it is asymmetrical and it has a borderline. Did the skin, did we cover the ABCD? Oh no, that we covered in Nidana, so we haven't covered it. So yeah, we do cover the ABCD part when it's cancer. It's asymmetrical in shape. B, it has a border. C, the color is they're different colors, and D, the diameter is really, really, really big. So we do cover it when we talk about the skin, because if it's a client, you always ask them to get it checked by a physician first.
Yeah. And he's okay with taking picture, I think, but this time I forgot. Maybe next time when he comes, I can ask to. I can ask for a picture, and then I can follow.
Yeah, and just covered the eyes, with the black.
Yeah. I can do that. And it's in the back, so that's easy for us.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then so that's also. Whenever he feels heavy, he just stops eating, and then he is very, very controllable in eating habits. Like in the nighttime, takes only 2 dosa and or 3 idlis, only that much. Because he thinks that if he take too much, that's gonna bother him. So he just stops right there. And then fruits and veggies, I'm not sure.
So Agni, so you wrote Prakriti, Vikriti. What was the Agni?
Vishamagni and Mandagni, because he
Vishamanda. What about Triphala? You suggested Triphala before meal, and CCFT and Lassi after a meal.
Yeah. We can go to Chikitsa if.
No, I have, like, this is there are certain things, because as long as whenever you have a client who has hypertension and they stop taking their medication and they have high cholesterol numbers, you please ask them. It is our duty to say, please go to a physician and tell them that it's important that they take their prescription meds, and do send them there. But yeah, also tell them we'll support them. But as part of our job to support them is, you cannot say Western med is bad, because, if somebody has hypertension or they have, these numbers are not that high. But if you get someone, like we did the presentation on hypertension with Dr. Singhal, right? So you want to really educate them that if you're not going to be on medication, it's a life-threatening disorder. And this number is not so high, but at least as a counselor, it is our duty to tell them, because people get in this thing. Oh no, physicians are bad. It's not like that. This is a life-saving thing. Second thing is I am very, very alarmed by the tobacco.
Tobacco.
And I don't know how you're going to do it, but please get them to get on a tobacco, because it doesn't matter what you do with the Agni. This is just going to be like a Band-Aid. Tobacco has to stop. I mean, I think they have these patches, the nicotine patches. And then they have the fake cigarette, because you get habituated with having something in your mouth. So the tobacco, there's so much studies out there that tobacco has to go. That's number one thing you want to focus on. And also counsel them they need to. So obviously, let's go to the Agni.
And
let's
one
go down.
second, regarding this blood pressure, Manikaji, his father has the same kind of symptoms started when he is like 35-year-old, it seems. So he believes that it's because of the family history too.
No, it's true. And the thing is, it's right now the numbers are not crazy high. They're just a little bit high, right?
Yeah,
And you have done different types of hypertension. We covered those with Dr. Singhal. So if it was, very, very high, you need to start counseling. But I understand. And absolutely, it has to do with the history. That is correct. If you're, and another thing is if a person is pitta predominant. Now, this person is kapha predominant. I think there's a pitta going on because a person who's pitta predominant tends to have slightly higher blood pressure from younger age.
Oh, okay.
It is because, Ayurveda doesn't follow the, it should be 120 by 90 or whatever. It doesn't, it doesn't really follow that. It follows that kapha will have, a vata can have slightly lower blood pressure, a pitta can have slightly higher, and kapha somewhere in the middle, right? Same with the heartbeat as well. Kapha's, resting heart rate could be like 60 beats per minute. Pitta resting heart rate could be 70 to 80 beats per minute. Vata somewhere in the middle. So it is true. It's definitely to do with that. But yeah, I mean, I really want you to counsel this person about tobacco.
Okay.
And then focus on, let's see what chikitsa you gave.
Okay. And one more thing regarding this, another question regarding the blood pressure, Manikaji. He thinks that, after I saw him, I did some research on the hypertension, the cholesterol. So cholesterol is a Medadadu issue, and then that is
it will actually keep on increasing if hypertension is not controlled, because the disease is traveling from rasadhatu, raktadhatu, mamshameda, asti, and then it will travel to bones also. Yes, so you're right. So it's the traveling of the disease and dhatus. There's definitely a correlation from Ayurvedic perspective.
Okay, so it's because of the the cholesterol is high, the triglyceride is high. That's why the blood that contributing.
There is a so triglycerides. So basically, you have when it comes to lipids, then you have basically fatty acids are important in the body. Fatty acids are, and we covered it in AC 107. I don't want to just take the entire class time talking about this.
Okay.
Your body is producing it. The liver is related to it as well. So I would definitely want to give herbs related to yakrit to liver as well.
Yeah, we can go to.
Let's go to chikitsa. Yeah. Let's look at the dhatus.
Yeah. So him the rasadhatu got affected because he is stressed, and then raktadhatu vitiated vata affect the circulating raktadhatu and cause disturbance in the circulation. So high blood pressure happened, and then muscle twitches. Which is related to mamsa and asti. When he walks, sometimes that recently started happening to him.
And Meda would be the triglycerides.
Meda is the triglyceride.
And it also in Meda, it would also be ama as well, because too much is being produced and it's not being absorbed by the body. Yeah.
Right. So too much of fat is producing, but it's not absorbed by the body.
Yeah, so when we do the fatty acids and lipids in AC 107, it'll make more sense.
Okay, Manikaji. And then the muscle twitches, he has some kind of pain in that back of that.
Also, muscle twitches are not just mamsha asti, they're also majja, nerves.
Oh, nerve system. Okay.
Yeah. So you see how things are traveling?
Yep.
So things are big. Yeah. So, right off the bat, I want to put him on ashwagandha.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the chikitsa. I gave him ashwagandha. And these are some daily routines.
Let's look at the daily routine. Okay. I like the buttermilk. Also give him triphala before a meal.
Triphala before the meal? Okay.
Triphala before the meal, buttermilk after the meal.
Okay.
So that will take care of all the digestive issues. And of course, the South Indian food, already using a lot of hing, but also avoiding too much like tamarind, like the stuff that goes in sambar and stuff.
Okay.
What's sour, yeah.
Yeah. And then the sweet taste that he needs to concentrate is, the taste he needs to concentrate is the sweet, salt, and sour. And then avoid
no salt. Hypertension people avoid salt. That increases.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, cruciferous vegetables is good. Cruciferous vegetable, pitta. So basically it's going to be pitta kapha reducing diet.
Pitta kapha, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be pitta kapha reducing diet. And for energy and stress, ashwagandha, tulsi tea. You want to put him on things that help the lungs, because this is a person who drinks cigarettes or takes tobacco. So ashwagandha is going to take care of the stress. Ashwagandha, tulsi tea, triphala before a meal. So let's see what you suggested. Oh, you gave trikadu also? Okay.
Yeah, for the congestion, lung congestion, and he gets cold.
So you could do tulsi, neem, ashwagandha together as one, and then you could do trikatu, chitrak. Don't do chitrak, is too heating. Remove the chitrak temporarily, and because chitrak is too heating, and there's some pitta issues going on too.
Okay.
So just do trikatu, ashwagandha, tulsi, neem, and ashwagandha, and then trikatu and triphala for so trikatu and triphala for Agni, and ashwagandha, tulsi, neem for the congestion and everything else that's going on.
Okay.
So ashwagandha, tulsi can be taken together, trikatu, triphala can be taken together, and neem should be taken by itself.
Okay. And then you said triphala before the...
so the trikatu and trikatu can actually be put in the sambar, like for cooking, like a spice.
Okay.
And then triphala before a meal. Ashwagandha and tulsi should be taken together, maybe after a meal, or like at 4... after a meal, after 5-6 p.m. with a little snack. 5 p.m. before dinner.
Okay.
And not neem tea. Don't give neem in tea form. Neem is a tablet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So give Bhringraj and neem together. So combine amla, Bhringraj, and neem together. So see, you're on the right track. It's just right now we haven't covered herbs with you. So, but I want you to help this person. So, okay. I'm going to take control of your...
Yeah, sure, Monica ji.
Okay. So just give me control of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So trikatu, triphala for digestion. And ashwagandha, tulsi for lungs, stress, and basically mamsa dhatu, meda dhatu, majja dhatu, meda, mamsa, majja. And amla, Bhringraj, and neem should take care of that cholesterol issue, will for the liver cleanse, blood cleanse. And Brahmi can be taken as an oil, Brahmi oil, massage.
Okay.
And I like hibiscus. Arjuna Rishtam is good. Yeah, I like the idea of Partha Rishtam, Arjuna Rishtam, but if he's not used to it, just start him with Arjun.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brahmi oil, ashwagandha, bala oil is good. Yeah. So, but even just these, we have, this is a very, very good job. You've actually given a lot of herbs.
Thank you, Monica ji. But I want him to use the important ones.
So, you know what? When you have an Indian man, very easy. Just give all these herbs to the wife, and Indian wives are awesome. They will take care of everything. So, so I don't even, yesterday I had an Indian man and again, South Indian, same, very kapha person, was eating so much protein.
Oh, wow.
So I called his wife, and he says, my wife cooks everything. And I was giving her all the protocols on the phone. He's like, okay, So what do? I said, you should have brought your wife. Yeah, so I just told him, and I just gave him the herbs. The rest of it I gave the wife. She's going to take care of. I said pesarattu and mung dal dosa instead of
Oh yeah, right.
yeah, everything. All right. So
and then Manikaji, one thing for his eye color, it's changing from pure white to kind of yellowish, and then some off-white color. So what should we do for that?
oh, that means pitta is high. So Amala Bhringraj Neem will take care of that. That means pitta is high and pitta has reached the nervous system.
Okay. And Amla Bhringraj is a tablet that I need to
no, you can get like Live 52, or you can Amalaki Bhringraj Neem basically cleanse pitta from the liver. They cleanse Ranjak pitta, they cleanse they basically remove excess pitta, excessive liver enzymes.
Okay, can I give him in the neem? You said tablet.
Yeah, you can get a tablet. Let me let me send you a few ready-made mixes. If better to take a ready-made instead of you buying all these and making. Okay,
yeah, I can ask him or his wife to buy it from the MAPI or.
Yeah, so MAPI has a one, and Live 52 is by Himalaya. They have basically anything that has Amala, Bhringraj, Neem, Bhumi Amalaki, all of these four are really, really fantastic for pitta and fantastic for the liver. So that should work. That should take care of the eye also. And Triphala will also take care of the eye. Amla will take care of the eye. So, all of that.
And then Amla and Bhringraj powder, we can put it in the water and then ask him to drink, or
no, you can, if you're taking a tablet, then there is no need, but you can get like a liver formula will have Amla, Bhringraj, Neem, Bhumi Amalaki.
Everything in one.
All of it is going to be part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions? I'm now going to open it to everybody else, and then this is it. This is the end of our meeting. Anyone? Questions? Any questions? Remember, Kavita ji is a little bit more advanced than you guys. And Krista, you going to do it next week, or? Yeah. Krista, so you're going to do it next Saturday. Perfect. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you next week, one group, and see you tomorrow, the other group. All right. Bye-bye. Bye, Kavita ji.
Bye, Manika ji.